The Meghalaya Cabinet today discussed and approved 5 agendas. The Cabinet approved the adoption of the Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Rules 2022. Cabinet discussed introduction of the National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022. The Cabinet approved a proposal to extend the second National Judicial Pay Commission. The Cabinet also approved the amendment to the Meghalaya Education Research and Training Service Rules 2012, and the Cabinet also approved a proposal for new rates of tax on petroleum and diesel.
As you all know, that the state government had enacted the Meghalaya Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act 2014. However, the Government of India recently had legislated in the year 2014 the Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act in March 2014. So, in a follow-up to the communication of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India, the department has gone ahead to bring this agenda to the Cabinet to repeal the present Meghalaya Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act 2014, and in its place adopt the Central Act. So this matter was discussed, and the Cabinet gave its nod to the repeal of the State Act, and consequent to this, we have also adopted the Regulation of Street Vending, Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Rules 2022. So this is one of the agendas which was taken up. The second formal item which was discussed was the introduction of the National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022. As you all know, that very recently the government had through an ordinance passed the National Law University of Meghalaya Ordinance. Since is coming up, this ordinance will have to be now converted into a draft bill and placed in the Assembly, and this will be now placed in the upcoming Assembly session that is due to start in the month of September. The third formal item which was taken up by the Cabinet today was the proposal to extend the second National Judicial Pay Commission as directed by the Honorable Supreme Court. This, as you all know, on the direction of the Honorable Supreme Court, Government of India had notified the second National Judicial Pay Commission on the 16th of November 2017. And these recommendations are to evolve the terms of reference of these recommendations was to evolve the principles which should govern the structure of pay and other emoluments of judicial officers, to examine the existing structure of emoluments and conditions of service, and to make recommendations including post-retirement benefits, to examine the work methods and the work environment, as also the variety of allowances and benefits, and to suggest rationalization. So this matter was discussed in the Cabinet today. The views of finance and personnel were also sought, which were placed and made known to the members of the Cabinet. And we have taken up this matter, and the Cabinet has given its approval for implementing the recommendations of the second National Judicial Pay Commission. Apart from that, the next formal item which was taken up for discussion today was the amendment of the Meghalaya Education Research and Training Service Rules 2012. The Directorate of Educational Research and Training has its service rules known as the Meghalaya Education, Research and Training Service Rules 2012. The services of the officers or lecturers of the DRT and principals of diets, lecturers of the diets are combined under the Meghalaya Education, Research and Training Service Rules 2012 for upward movement of service. So today this was brought to the cabinet to bring about an amendment for redesignation of the following posts or grades, namely 1 lecturer to assistant professor grade 2, secondly senior lecturer to assistant professor grade 1, and thirdly selection grade lecturer to associate professor. This has been necessitated as the terminology of lecturer, senior lecturer, selection grade lecturer have become obsolete in other states. So this was discussed, and this matter has been given its consent by the cabinet today. And the last agenda which we took up today was the proposal for new rates of tax on petrol and diesel. So as you may be aware that Government of Assam has recently revised its rates of petrol and diesel, and as is the practice which has been followed in the state of Meghalaya for a very, very long time, whenever the rates of Assam are changed, commensurate to that, Government of Meghalaya also revises its rates of petrol and diesel to take advantage of the price differential. And today, as you all know, the present rate of tax for petrol is 13.5% or rupees 11 per litre, whichever is higher. So this has been revised to 13.5% or rupees 12.50 per litre, whichever is higher. And for diesel, the present rate right now of tax is 5% or rupees 4 per litre, whichever is higher. This has been revised to 5% or rupees 5.50 per litre, whichever is higher. So basically, in very simple terms, the effect of this is basically that presently, if we look at the rate of the retail sales price of petrol in Bernihat right now is rupees 95.10, and now there will be there will be an increase of rupees 1.92. So that, sorry, there will be a difference of rupees 1.92 between between Assam and between Meghalaya. So it is now going to be 95.10 in Bernihat and 96.83 in Shillong. This is petrol. And for diesel, the new RSP, that is the retail sales price, is going to be 83.50 in Bernihat and rupees 84.72 in Shillong. And the difference basically would be in Bernihat rupees 1.44 for diesel and rupees 0.22 in Shillong for diesel.